Let's get cracking with the breaking news on the contentious Northern Gateway pipeline proposal. A joint review panel has just approved the project, but it attached 209 conditions to the project that has pitted Enbridge against First Nations and some environmental groups as well. The federal government has the final say and has about 6 months to make its decision, as Joe Oliver, the Minister of Natural Resources, told us on this program last night. But let me just show you where this pipeline will travel. It would carry up to 525,000 barrels of diluted bitumen per day from Edmonton to Kitimat on British Columbia's west coast. From there, it would travel by tanker through the Douglas Channel and on to Asian markets. So where does the project proposal go from here, and what are supporters and opponents saying about the report? For the government, this is clearly a big win. The CBC's Erin Collins is in Calgary with the latest. Erin, what are the takeaways from the report?
Well, Christmas has come a little bit early for Enbridge, and I would say for the federal government with this report. I mean, this is what they wanted. This project has been recommended to move forward by this joint review panel. It doesn't mean that it's been approved, but given the support that the federal government has shown for this project, I don't think that there's any question that they will be supportive of it at this point. Now, as you mentioned, there are a number of conditions that are attached to this, 209 in total, but in April, the NEB put out a list of 199 potential conditions. So they sort of, they foreshadowed that this might be happening, and there's not a whole bunch of extra ones here, so it's kind of as expected.
All right, so it's got the green light, but there's 209 conditions. Talk about those.
Yeah, green light, green report, all of it. Conditions are wide-ranging, everything from making sure you hire First Nations people to both work on the pipeline and the construction project. We've got, they have to create a monitoring program. They have to look into how to clean up any potential spills that happen, because this is bitumen, not crude, so it's a heavier, sludgy kind of product. Could sink down. There's some concerns about that. They have to establish a research program, Enbridge that is, into how this can be cleaned up. They've got to do all sorts of safety and environmental monitoring, the kinds of things you'd expect, a whole whack of them, 500 pages of them. But again, these conditions aren't out of the blue. About 199 of them were already written up months ago.
Right, so they've added about 10 of them. Now, as you know, this is a very divisive project. What are we expecting to hear in terms of reaction from opponents and from supporters?
Sure, I mean, we don't have the reaction yet. Obviously, it's coming in now. People are digesting this, but it's pretty fair to say, and that the federal government is going to say that this is a step in the right direction. They've long been saying this project is necessary to keep Alberta's, to keep Canada's energy economy moving. We've got the one customer that we rely on down south, and we need to get to those Asian markets if we're going to maximize the return on our natural resources. So the government should be happy. Enbridge and, of course, producers in the oil sands should be happy. So they're going to be happy. Environmentalists, not so much. Specifically, this report ruled out looking at the actual impact of the carbon-intensive oil sands projects when they're looking at a project like this.
All right, Erin Collins with early reaction in Calgary on a huge decision to green light with conditions for the Northern Gateway pipeline. As Erin says, that'll be Christmas for Enbridge and for the federal government who wanted that. Thanks, Erin.